everyone, and welcome to yet another episode from Decisions Point Coffee Table. Today, we have Swati with us, who is the HR head of Decision Point, and today we are going to talk about HR role post COVID. Welcome, Swati.
Thanks, Ashish. Thanks for inviting me here.
Okay, so I have a very generic question for the first part that how has remote working affected organizational culture and day-to-day operations like post COVID?
I think when this pandemic started, everything had to move virtual. Everyone's life got upended. Each company had to move to this virtual mode of working. So, remote working, of course, came into picture, and with this transformation, organizational culture also went through tectonic shift. But in my opinion, I think that like organizational culture is something which evolves over a period of time. It is not that difficult to manage. And over a period of 2 years, people have adapted to it. And moreover, what I feel that with this virtual mode of working, it is also important to make people in the organization feel inclusive, because what is happening that you are not meeting face to face most of the times, and people at times feel lost. So when people feel lost, there becomes a responsibility of the organization that they interact with the people more often than they were doing before, right? So that's something which is just one dimension of the organizational culture. There are other dimensions also, but in this way, we can make people feel connected to the company itself, to the organization itself, to other people in the organization. So in a way, organizational culture is something which can be dealt with if we channel our energies into the right direction in order to make it more favorable for people working in the organization.
Okay, so like with the transformation we talk in the employee engagement and when we talk about like hiring and stuff. So is that true that COVID has exponentially highlighted the importance of HR in a company?
Yes, it has. I think COVID has made the change the HR's work, uh, and I would say significantly changed the ways we work. And what I feel that HRs have now become more of a strategic partner to the company, and more of a buddy and guide to the employee. So we have to take care of holistic approach, where we are not just dealing with their uh, as in with their financial security. We are dealing with other areas also. In my opinion, this is important. And also at the same time, it's important to take care of their career growth while they are working with the organization. So in this hyper competitive environment, it's important that they keep growing even when they are with one organization, and it's an organization's responsibility to help them grow professionally. And this way, HR space has got changed.
Okay, so like when we talk about the changes due to COVID, so what is the most significant change in the HR role and the functions post COVID this in this environment?
So, if you talk about the significant change, I would say that employee experience has gone through a major transformation. Now, this employee experience must be customized, keeping in mind the circumstances which are going on. That approach of one size fits all doesn't work. Another is like, if I talk about a change, major change, prominent change, which like HR can make in people's life. Then, and especially with this COVID-led situation, it has become important that we shift our ways of working. So earlier, like as we are part of consulting, we were not focusing so much on agile ways of working, but with this COVID-driven circumstances, and at the same time, with this hyper-competitive market, it became important for us to go agile way. And most of the employees in the organization across different companies, of course, were trained on these agile methods of working, and we as HRs need to make them realize that this is important, and this is something without which it's difficult to go ahead in the long run.
Like when we talk about the functions of an HR, one of the major function that comes to my mind is the process of hiring. So earlier when we used to go to college, and then we very well know the offline process of hiring. So how would you say how the function of an HR for hiring has evolved in the last 2 years?
So over the last 2 years, as in the entire recruitment function, hiring function, it has got evolved. We have shifted to virtual mode of hiring. And since this pandemic started, all our hirings have been through this virtual mode. Uh, in fact, candidates have also learned new ways, better ways of appearing for an online interview. And I think it has proved to be a boon for us, because now we spend less time in our entire recruitment cycle. People are more available because the hiring is going on online. They spend less time in commuting. That's why we end up finishing one recruitment cycle much faster than we used to do uh, in pre-pandemic uh, era. Hiring is something which has evolved, of course, no doubt, over a period of time, and it has removed all geographical constraints. Now we can hire from anywhere, like in no time. I'm sitting here in Gurgaon, and I can hire someone from Maharashtra. It's very much possible for me. And with this flexible work setting, people are more available. They are accepting offers from other locations as well, which they were not thinking before when they were like going to the offices. So I think virtual setting is something which should stay for a longer period of time. This is what my opinion is.
So this brings us to the most favorite part of this podcast, that is the rapid fire questions. So I
Okay.
have a few questions planned for you. So what do you like more, work from office or work from home?
I'm not in favor of either work from home or work from office. So I'm in favor of hybrid.
As an HR, three qualities you see at first in a candidate.
Okay. So the first is like their problem solving aptitude. Second quality I can say is their inclination to learn more. And third is their way of communicating, their interpersonal skills that also matter a lot.
So three things you quickly see in a resume.
Okay. So, from the resume, of course, we can shortlist the person on the basis of their education, their skill set, and their experience.
So last question, that three things you love the most about being an HR.
So, I would love to answer this question. So, the first is like when you're working in this domain, in human resource domain, you get to talk to a lot of people. You understand their perspective, their culture, and it makes you learn like new opinions. And this is what excites me the most. Then second is like solving problems for human beings, because I'm dealing with human beings. I'm not dealing with tools or some inanimate objects. I'm dealing with people and living beings. So when I create something for them, when I solve problems for them, it makes me feel good about it. Third is like when you get a lot of appreciation from people who you are solving problems for. So this is what I like about my job.
That was actually the last question for the podcast. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Swati, for such a wonderful conversation. I actually got to learn a lot.
Thanks, Ashish. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.